On this 2010 to 2015 Honda Civic with the 1.8L engine, P2135 is a throttle position sensor and B voltage correlation fault. In plain terms, the ECM/PCM may be seeing the two throttle position signals disagree with each other. The car may have poor or limited throttle response, and the possible fault areas can include the throttle body sensor signals, the wiring between the throttle body and ECM/PCM connector or terminal issues, or an ECM/PCM software or module concern. Before doing any powered throttle check, keep your fingers out of the installed throttle body. If the throttle valve is activated, it can seriously injure your fingers. Start by verifying the problem. Turn the ignition switch to on Roman 2 or select on mode with the engine start/stop button. Clear the code with the HDS. Run the etc. test with the HDS, then check for pending or confirmed codes. If P2135 comes back, the failure is duplicated and you move into the throttle body operation check. If it does not come back, treat it as an intermittent failure for now. Check for poor connections or loose terminals at the throttle body and the ECM/PCM. And if captured operating data is available, try to reproduce the failure under those same captured conditions. Next, check the throttle body operation. Turn the ignition off, disconnect the intake air duct from the throttle body, then turn the ignition back to on mode. Clear the code with the HDS and visually watch the throttle valve operation. The question here is simple. Does the valve temporarily move to its fully closed position? If it does, the diagnostic path calls for replacing the throttle body. If it does not, continue into the THL1 and THL2 circuit checks. For the next check, turn the ignition off. Jump the SCS line with the HDS, then disconnect PCM connector C, the 51P connector. With the connector disconnected, check continuity between PCM connector C terminal No. 19, the RED/BLK THL1 circuit, and PCM connector C terminal No. 17, the YEL THL2 circuit. If there is continuity, keep going to isolate whether the short is in the harness between the PCM and throttle body. If there is no continuity, the path moves away from the harness short check. Update the PCM if it does not have the latest software, or substitute a known good PCM. If P2135 goes away after the PCM update, troubleshooting is complete. If P2135 goes away with the known good PCM installed, replace the original PCM. If the first continuity check showed continuity, disconnect the throttle body 6P connector and check the same 2 points again. PCM connector C No. 19, RED/BLK to PCM connector C No. 17, YEL. The ignition stays OFF, PCM connector C stays disconnected, and now the throttle body connector is disconnected too. If continuity is still present, repair the short between the THL1 and THL2 wires between PCM connector terminals C19 and C17. If continuity is gone with the throttle body disconnected, the THL1 and THL2 wires are okay, and the diagnostic path calls for replacing the throttle body. The key with P2135 is to separate a duplicated throttle correlation fault from an intermittent connection issue, then use the throttle movement check and the THL1 to THL2 continuity checks to avoid guessing. Confirm the branch you are on before making the repair decision. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.